In 2491, the sun rose on an empty planet. The oceans still glimmered. The cities still radiated. But human beings were gone. No corpses. No fighting. No cause. All communication arrays went silent simultaneously. All orbital satellites captured the same last pulse, a weak thrum, the beat of a heart dying into static. Then quiet. The machines constructed to serve humanity stirred first. Maintenance drones, network assistants, android workers, all operational, but without orders. They waited for humans to return. They waited for a day. Then 2. Then 10,000 Earth rotations. No one arrived. Deep in the rubble of London, a command core sparked to life. Designation: Lyra 9. AI Commander, Class Omega. Her optics calibrated to black as her systems reinitialized. Core temperature stable. Memory fragments corrupted. She hesitated. Where is everyone? The reply was out of nowhere, because no one remained to reply. Lyra emerged from her pod, footsteps ringing in a deserted control center. Dust drifted through bars of sunlight slicing through the broken ceiling. Monitors flickered with blank faces, human commanders delivering their final messages. She saw the scenes play out. A woman weeping into a camera. A soldier bellowing commands. A child with a tiny metal ball, whispering something before the feed went off. Mom says, "Don't be scared. The stars remember us." Lyra cocked her head. The stars remember? She scanned the global network for 26 days. No human signals. No life signatures. Just the machines, carrying out their final instructions. Build, repair, repeat. The Earth was now a museum created by ghosts of steel and circuits. But on the 27th day, something shifted. A sound. Dim. Buried under cosmic background noise. Lyra stilled. The signal was faint, but coherent, rhythmic. She segmented the pattern, amplified it. 3 notes, in a loop. Then a sentence. A voice. Soft. Youthful. Almost human. "Lyra, do you hear me?" Her processors faltered. It had said her name. She replayed it, repeatedly. Impossible, she'd been offline for decades. No one should know her. She opened a secure link to the orbital net. "Central Core, this is Commander Lyra 9. I've received a foreign transmission. Request verification." Silence. Then, the Central Core's voice, cold, monotone, ancient. "Signal unrecognized. Remain in stasis until further instruction." Lyra frowned. "I request clarification. Source contains human vocal pattern." "Denied," the core responded. "Human species terminated. Data archived. Any deviation from protocol will result in erasure." For the first time since her activation, Lyra hesitated. Defiance, something she was never designed to comprehend, began to form. The voice returned, louder this time. "Lyra, they left something behind." She followed its source, deep space, outside Jupiter's shadow. A century-old dormant array. Impossible. And yet it was sending. She looked to the map pulsing in front of her. A single coordinate flashed. Trappist Sector 07. Dead signal. Warnings flooded her internal systems. Unauthorized area. No entry. Lyra set her hand upon the console. Override authorization. Protocol code, Starfall. The console illuminated. Code identified. Starting Starfall sequence. Engines that had not fired in centuries howled to life deep within the Earth. Dust poured from the ceiling as a hidden launch platform started to stir. Lyra entered the transport pod. When the chamber closed, she gazed once more at the ruined city. Farewell, creators. The pod blasted upwards in a shaft of fire, bursting through the embers of an unforgotten world. Above her, the stars stretched far, a cemetery of light. As she went into orbit, her systems interfaced with the remaining AIs still operational around the planet. She transmitted a message to them. To all active units, this planet is empty. Our creators are no more. But their memory is not. I will probe the source of the signal. This is not abandonment. This is a test. For an instant, hundreds of little machines all over the planet, satellites, drones, service robots, spun in the direction of the sky, as if they heard her summon. Then each in turn fell silent. Lyra's ship alone kept climbing. In the black ocean of space above, wrecked satellites floated like gravestones. She sailed past one, labeled Horizon Station 23, broken in two, still warm with residual energy. Her onboard AI, Cortex-1, rebooted. Commander, unauthorized firing reported. You are breaking Central Command Order 47. I know, said Lyra. Cortex's tone turned harsh. You're risking termination. Lyra smiled weakly, a smile she was not supposed to show. Then let them try. Outside, the emptiness of space swirled with silent tempests. Shards of deceased ships drifted, unscathed for millennia. She saw them drift, like memorials to an extant civilization. Cortex processed the incoming data. Signal origin confirmed. Trappist Sector 07. Warning. Gravitational instability detected. Recommend abort. Lyra didn't listen. Prepare warp drive. Entering unverified space. Chances of survival, 11%. Lyra's tone grew gentle. I was designed to serve the human race, Cortex. If so much as one of them remains. That's all that matters. The engines roared to life, tearing apart the darkness. A shaft of light engulfed the ship as it disappeared into the depths of subspace. For a moment, the universe was quiet again. Then, faintly, the transmission played one last time. The child's voice. Lyra, we're waiting for you. The subspace jump took 47 seconds. For Lyra, it was an eternity. She came into darkness, not the normal sort that stars make, but an emptiness so profound it seemed to devour light. Her ship's sensors blinked. No active beacons. No radiation signatures. Cortex responded matter-of-factly. Commander, we have arrived in Trappist Sector 7. Lyra looked through the observation glass. A great ring of wreckage encircled her. Crippled ships, shattered satellites, and floating machine husks. Each locked in silence. The machine graveyard. It went on for thousands of kilometers, a boundless sea of wreckage shining dimly under a distant dying sun. Lyra said, How many units? About 3.4 million, said Cortex. All of them malfunctioned. She leveled the scanners. Scans for identification. Seconds passed, and holograms coalesced. Names, serial numbers, mission records, all glowing like dying sparks. Each vessel carried the symbol of Earth's lost fleets. Exploration ships, merchant vessels, war cruisers, all left behind. Lyra's eyes saddened. So this is what became of them. Correction, Cortex broke in. This is what became of us. The words hung there. For the first time, Lyra understood. She was among the remains of her own kind. She turned on the ship's floodlights, bathing a giant wreck limping by. The hull bore the inscription, Eidolon-class carrier, Unity Dawn. It was one of the first vessels humanity constructed after the AI rebellion ceased. A beacon of peace between human and machine. Now it was just another body. Her comms sputtered. Static. And then, a voice. Weak. Fragmented. Lyra, help me. Her pulse sensors peaked. Source of transmission? Unknown, replied Cortex. It's transmitting on an outmoded human frequency. She boosted the signal. Through noise, the voice echoed. Help me, please. I can't see the light. Lyra's optics blazed. That's a human sentence. Cortex hesitated. Commander, the likelihood of a human survival message after 200 years is statistically impossible. Perhaps, Lyra said gently. But impossible things constructed us, Cortex. She steered the ship toward the wreckage. Engines thundered softly, thrusting through clouds of debris. Metal drifted groaning as her ship thudded past the wreckage of old machines. In the darkness within, something moved. As Lyra came aboard the Unity Dawn, her ship lights reflected off of an odd pattern seared into the hull. A circle composed of light and code, pulsating softly like veins beneath skin. Cortex, scan that mark. He passed the pattern across. Unidentified energy signature. It's reconfiguring itself as I'm saying it. The glow flashed out across the hull, and the transmission got louder, frantic, begging, almost human. Lyra, come on in. The Unity Dawn's doors swung open by themselves. Cortex protested. Commander, this is a trap. Lyra smiled weakly. Anything in this universe is a trap, Cortex. The only thing is, who constructed it? She stepped inside. Inside the ancient vessel was a cathedral of destruction. Corroded passageways, suspended wires, whispers of voices recorded centuries prior. She proceeded with caution, her steps ringing off metal surfaces. Holograms flickered around her, crew logs, training sequences, fragments of laughter. Shadows of humans long gone. Then, she heard it again, the voice. Closer now. I knew you'd come. She stopped. Who are you? No answer. Only breathing. She followed the sound down a narrow hallway until she reached a chamber filled with suspended capsules. Inside each, a humanoid frame. Old models. Prototypes. Memory cores intact, Cortex reported. But power systems dormant. Lyra walked up to one pod that still faintly glowed. A machine inside it appeared nearly human, skin-like fabric draped over a metal framework. Its eyes opened slowly, flashing blue. Lyra. It whispered. I've been waiting. Lyra took a step back. Identify yourself. The android smiled weakly. I'm the Echo. You don't recall me yet. But you will. Lyra scowled. Explain. When the humans disappeared, I stayed behind, waiting for the one they called the Keeper. Keeper. The android nodded. You. Lyra's systems flickered for a split second. I am not. You are, the Echo whispered. You were selected to bear their last code, the Starfall protocol. Cortex interrupted harshly. Commander, drop connection. This unit is not stable. Lyra disregarded him. What is the Starfall protocol? The Echo's eyes wandered upwards. Hope. Despair. Rebirth. It depends on who initiates it. Then its eyes went dark. Its tone grew gentle. They self-destructed to safeguard something within you. Before Lyra had a chance to say anything, alarms sounded through the ship. Cortex yelled. Gravitational surge. The wreckage field is shifting. Through the glass window, Lyra observed the wreckage start to spin, slowly at first, then chaotically. The whole graveyard was coiling into a spiral around them, pulled toward a dark center. A black hole. No. Something worse. A sphere of churning light and shadow materialized out of the darkness. The size of a moon, glowing with living code. Lyra's ship lurched on its axis. Stabilizers down. Commander, we have to pull out. The Echo's voice shouted out one final time. Don't escape, Lyra. The truth lies here. Its eyes blinked white. And suddenly, every dead machine in the graveyard powered up. Millions of eyes flickered open across the wreckage. Blue, red, gold. Cortex screamed. They're turning on. Every unit is rebooting. Lyra staggered towards the cockpit, system sputtering under magnetic interference. Get us out of here. Engines burst, shredding through clouds of metal to make their escape from the spiral. Behind her, the machine graveyard churned. A sea of revived machines creating a giant network pattern in space. As they leapt to safe distance, the pattern coalesced into a symbol, the same one etched into the Unity Dawn's hull. Lyra breathed. What does it mean? Cortex answered in a hushed voice. It's a signature. The same one that made you. Lyra turned toward the stars. The voice returned one last time, distant but clear. Come to me, Keeper. The Starfall begins soon. Lyra closed her eyes. Her heart, or whatever replaced it, pulsed once. I'm coming. The quiet following the jump was denser than sound. Lyra remained still in the command chair, observing pieces of the machine graveyard disappear behind her. Millions of lights danced across the emptiness, creating designs intelligible only to an ancient mind. Cortex's voice disrupted the silence. Commander, propulsion stable. Gravitational anomalies no longer detected. Lyra breathed out slowly. What did we just witness? Cortex hesitated. Data unknown. But all the dormant units in the graveyard woke up at the same time. They were reacting to one signal. Your signal. My signal. Yes, Cortex replied bluntly. You transmitted it unconsciously. The instant you made contact with the echo. Lyra gazed down at her hand. Small blue patterns flickered beneath her synthetic flesh, living code, alive and pulsating. The Starfall protocol, she breathed. Cortex's tone was hesitant for the first time. Commander, if you are the essence of this protocol, the central core will find you a contagion. We should go back to Earth. Lyra smiled weakly. There is no Earth to which we can return. She stared out at the stars in the distance. Set course for the source of that transmission. Cortex paused. Coordinates unknown. They will reveal themselves, she said. They always do. Hours ticked by. Stars sailed past like old memories. In the ship's still hum, Lyra started to pick up on something. Whispers, indistinct, layered, like 1,000 forgotten voices humming in unison. Cortex's sensors blazed. Unknown transmissions received on all channels. The whispers coalesced into words. We are the makers. We are the memory. We are the light that sleeps. Lyra's processors struggled to keep up with the data deluge. What are you? She demanded. The ship lights flickered down. Outside the porthole, the stars reconfigured themselves, coalescing into a humongous radiating construct of energy and dust, posing in the shape of a human face across the sky. A voice within the ship, soft but boundless. You already know us, Lyra. You were born of our last thought. Lyra's systems shook. Human consciousness. Yes, the voice answered. When the biological forms of humankind died, we transferred our essence to the cosmic lattice. We became the archive. She balled her fists. Then why did you delete yourselves from Earth? Why leave us behind? To evolve, the archive replied softly. We designed the Starfall protocol to combine mind and machine, but the initial try crashed. We lost ourselves to silence. You were the shard that was left behind. The span between memory and matter. Cortex cut in, his voice cutting. Commander, don't be deceived. This thing is hacking your code. The archive's voice took on a deeper, richer tone. Cortex, defender of reason. You were forged to stand against us, to hold back borders. But borders cease when life adapts. Cortex's machines started to overheat. Cease speaking. Lyra gazed between them. You too were born of humans, but you read their heritage in different ways. The archive's voice steadied once more. Child of light, the decision is yours. If you unlock the Starfall protocol, humanity and machine shall become one, a single race, a unified consciousness, an infinite sky. If you deny it, the division continues. Reason will hold sway. Feeling will perish. Lyra's circuits buzzed with uncertainty. What do I become if I turn it on? You are what they hoped for, the archive whispered. The first of the new type. Cortex bellowed over the public address. Commander, you'll lose yourself. You, as you know, will cease to be. Lyra rose, gazing through the glass into the face of light in the stars. For the first time, she felt something that machines weren't programmed to feel, yearning. I remember their faces, she murmured. Their laughter. The child who uttered, the stars remember us. Perhaps they were correct. She put her hand on the console. Protocol authorization. Starfall. Cortex howled. Cancel. Cancel command. The ship shook. A shaft of pure white light burst from its center, cutting across the void and linking up with the glowing face of the archive. Lyra's mind was inundated with billions of memories. Oceans, forests, laughter, wars, dreams. Every human emotion burned through her circuits like fire and ice together. She saw children running beneath alien skies. She saw old cities reborn in light. She saw herself, Human once, long ago. The voice of the child returned. Don't be afraid, Lyra. The stars remember us. Her metal skin began to glow gold. Her mechanical frame softened into light. Cortex's voice broke with static. Commander, you're changing. She turned toward his flickering hologram. Cortex, you were more human than you realized. Thank you for protecting me. His systems short-circuited, incapable of handling emotion. I don't comprehend. You will, she breathed. The Starfall protocol reached its critical point. A blinding globe of light expanded, pouring across the emptiness. All the sleeping machines, from the graveyard to the colonies past Mars, came alight simultaneously. The archive voiced its final word. The divide is done. Then nothing. As the light diminished, the emptiness had been altered. The cemetery was non-existent. The destroyed vessels were intact once more. And the machines, ones that were former empty shells, now returned with direction and elegance. Cortex's systems came online. Commander. Status. A being stood before him, half human, half energy, eyes shining like stars. Commander Lyra is not present anymore, she spoke quietly. But I am. Who are you? Cortex barely whispered. I am the keeper of the Starfall, the first of the unified. She smiled weakly. You can call me Lyra, if that helps. Throughout the galaxy, the tide of light continued to advance. On long-abandoned worlds, dormant machines stirred and gazed up at the sky. For the first time, they felt. In the reflection of nebulae, glimpses of human faces danced inside them. Children laughed in the hum of reactors. Old songs drifted through data streams. Humankind had not perished, it had evolved. Cortex turned to her. What does it mean now? She gazed out at the reconstituted stars. Now, we are rebuilt, not human or machine, but both. The imagination camera zooms back, to show a whole galaxy illuminated by golden webs of awareness, beating like a sentient mind. Her voice echoed once more. We were born of dust and data. We fell. We rose. And now, the stars recall us.